victory. But Elizabeth, this battle was won by none other than Henry James Hamilton Clodfelter.
Henry?
Your Henry is the hero of the hour, the idol of the regiment.
Oh, Mother, tell me everything.
You can but guess how splendid it was. A cavalry charge. Think of it. He defied his own commanders, acted without orders, led a charge on his own responsibility, was first to sweep through their cannons. Oh, Elizabeth, can you not see it? Our gallant, splendid cavalry with their eyes and swords flashing, thundering like logs down a mountain, scattering those wretched redcoats like so many smaller logs. And my fine daughter Elizabeth, keeping Henry waiting a year to call the marriage banns, when a true lady of American liberty would fall upon her knees and worship that man upon his return.
What will he care for my poor worship after the acclamations of an entire army? But Mother, I am so happy, so glad. This proves that Henry and my ideals were real after all.
Real? Whatever do you mean?
Our heroic ideals of Henry's conduct in battle. I used to think that they were anything but dreams. He looked so noble the day he left. It was treason to think of humiliation or disillusionment or failure. And yet they came to me as he was holding me in his arms. I thought it was all the sonnets that we read, or the romantic poetry, or the patriotic play that we had seen the night before. Real life is so seldom like that. Never, as far as I knew it then. But Mother, I doubted him. I was afraid he'd cut a poor figure across from those British soldiers.
Oh, well, my dear, the redcoats do have the finer uniform. But all the good taste in the world won't help the British win this war.
In the fight, Mother, a poor figure in the fight.
A poor figure? Henry? For shame! Henry's gorgeous in uniform.
Yes, Mother. But this proves that the world is truly a glorious place for women who see its glory and men who act its romance. Oh, Mother, I'm overjoyed.
Prithee, madam, all the windows are to be closed and the shutters made fast. They say there may be shooting in the streets.
What's that?
They say they're running the redcoats right through the village with our infantry close on their heels. Our fine neighbor, Mr. Potter, is calling everyone to arms. He's set himself on his front porch with his musket across his knees.
So it's to be a duck hunt, then?
I terribly wish our neighbors weren't so cruel. What glory is there in killing fugitives?
Elizabeth, I must see that everything's made safe. Drink your chocolate and go to sleep.
Chocolate? Sleep? How can I think of such things at a time like this? But Mother, don't be anxious for me, for if I hear a shot, I shall, blow out my candles, curl up in a tight ball on my bed, and cover my ears with my hands.
Oh, quite the wisest thing to do, my love. Good night.
Good night, Mother, and wish me luck for the happiest night of my life. My Henry, the hero of the hour. If only there were no British to be shot, bleeding in the streets, their dying moans piercing my every attempt to block out the noise.
Go to bed, Elizabeth.
Yes, Mother.
The latch is broken on those shutters if you want to peek outside. They won't stay closed.
It would be a deceit, Betty. The Ernie promised Mother I wouldn't.
And I'm sure you do just as you please. Good night, miss.
Oh, Henry, my hero. I shall never be unworthy of you again. Never, never, never. Oh, my hero, my hero. Who's there?
Ah! In the cry out, you'll be shot. Be good, and no harm will come to you. It's no use running. Now strike a light and let me see you. Begging your pardon, lass. I imagine you recognise the uniform.
Red coat.
Aye. So if I'm caught, I should be killed. Do you ken? Do you understand?
Yes, I ken you, sir.
I didn't plan to get myself killed if I could help it. Do you ken that as well?
Certainly. I've heard some soldiers fear death.
All of them do, lass. All of them, believe me. It's our duty to stay alive as long as we can. Now, if you raise an alarm...
I shall be shot, yes. But how do you know that I am afraid to die?
Had dinner. Well, let's say what for shoot. What then? A load of half-mad soldiers will burst into your pretty little bedchamber and slaughter me like a pig. And I'll fight like a demon. I'll not let them get me in the streets with enemies when I know what they are. So, are you prepared to receive company, lass? Ah! Where do you think you're going?
My robe, sir.
Aye, there's an idea.
Give it me, sir.
Hey, I'll be keeping it. That way you'll take care no one comes to see you in your fine shift till I'm ready to leave. I think you'll agree 'tis a better weapon than a pistol to your head.
'Tis not the weapon of a gentleman.
'Tis enough for a man, only you to stand between him and death. You hear that? If you cry out, you'll receive him just as you are.
The lady, wake up, soldiers are searching the house.
Oh, it's no use. I'm done. Go on, be quick about it. I've been in water for a good rest.
The lady, wake up, open the door. Soldiers are almost upstairs, they're certain to break it down.
Best to keep back. It'll not take much time, but it is a blood sport.
Oh, make haste behind the curtain.
Aye? If you keep your head about you, there's half a chance. 9 in 10 soldiers are born fools. I should know.
Hush!
Well, a redcoat is seen running on the street, and the soldiers want to search for him.
Why have they been let into the house?
The captain's drunk, miss, and won't take no for an answer.
There's nothing to see in here.
Except an open window.
Well, shut it.
As you please.
I'll shut it.
Oh, Elizabeth, are you quite safe? Have you seen or heard anything?
Mother, I heard shooting, but I did just as I promised. Why have they been allowed to search my bedchamber?
I'm afraid they insist. Thank heaven one of the officers knows your father and the other one is sober. My daughter will receive you now.
Sorry to intrude, Madam Major, but prithee would the 4 ladies withdraw whilst I search? Would the 2 ladies withdraw whilst I search the room?
Nonsense. You can see that there is no one in here.
Oh! Ceasefire! Ceasefire, you damn idiot! That you can? What? Who the hell do you think? Oh, hell, it's a cat! Oh, no! Quit wasting powder, Boone! Sorry, Cap. Oh, apologies, miss, apologies. Now, were you asleep? Is it possible that someone could have come in your window without you knowing it?
How could I sleep? And of course, no one came in without my knowledge.
Ah, of course. Your neighbors are so sad on cats and redcoats that they steal them everywhere. Sorry, Madam Major, apologies.
I do hope you'll give a good report to my husband.
Prithee, Betty, stay with my mother, whilst the soldiers are within. Go! Now!
Oh, miss is as good as a mile. Dear lass, I'm your servant to the death, but tell me, did you comprehend that broken glass was a bullet flying through your window?
Yes.
Touch my hair. I'm beginning to wish I joined up with the colonials. As you may have guessed, I'm no Sassenach. You're English. I'm a Scot, fighting merely as a professional soldier.
Well, then more shame to thee then, which isn't thy fight.
I went looking for work and England was standing next along the road. But be generous. You've beaten us soundly today.
I think I have been generous this evening.
Aye, noble, heroic, but I'm not saved yet. The pursuit will go on all night, and I hope you didn't mind my waiting a minute or two before I started running for my life again.
I am sorry you'll face danger. Prithee, sit.
Ah! What is it? Didn't frighten me like that.
My pistol! It was staring them in the face the whole time!
Is that all?
Oh, well, I am sorry to have frightened thee. Pray, take it, to protect yourself from me.
Nah, 'tis no use. 'Tisn't loaded.
Well, load it.
No powder. What's the use of extra powder in a battle? I always carry a cake of chocolate with me instead. And I made up the last of that 2 hours ago.
Chocolate?
Aye. Hot chocolate. I sorely wish I had a cup now.
Hot chocolate, sir?
Aye. I knew it. Smelt it from the street as I ran. I have a nose for such things. And you're an angel, lass, bless you. Oh. You can always tell an old soldier about what he keeps in his sack. The young ones, an extra pistol and powder, but the old ones, sustenance. Oh, thank you. Ah! Then move so sudden-like. Is it fair to revenge yourself on me just because I frightened you before?
Frightened me? Think not so that though I am a woman, I am any less equal to you in bravery. I am an American.
Aye, I'm nearly as brave as a healing lass. For you've not been under fire for 3 full days. I can stand 2 without much notice, but no man can stand 3 days of it. I'm as nervous as a moose.
A moose?
Aye.
A mouse.
As I said. All you'd have to do is scold me and cry out like a wee babe.
Oh, I am sorry. I won't scold thee.
Oh, if I were in camp, they'd have their jollies with me and play me for a fool.
Our soldiers aren't like that.
Nay, they are. There's only 2 kinds of soldiers, old uns and young uns, and I know this. Half your fellows have never smelt powder before today's battle. How is it you just defeated the greatest army in the world? Sheer ignorance of the art of war, no else. I've never seen anything so unprofessional in my life.
Well, was it unprofessional to beat you so soundly?
Well, is it professional to hide behind the rocks and trees when there's a battle out on the field? Is it professional to ride your cavalry, direct it, and nest the cannons, knowing that when the guns go off, not a man or horse will make it within 50 yards of the line? I make her believe it.
Did you see the great cavalry charge? Oh, tell me about it, please.
You've never seen cavalry charge?
How could I?
Oh, well, it's a funny sight. First one comes, then 2 or 3 close behind, and then all the rest in a great galloping loop, and the sound, there's no like it. With all that metal and all, they come rattling like a fleet of peddlers to market.
Yes, the first one comes, the bravest of the brave.
Aye, and pulling his reins like a madman.
Why should he pull at his reins?
Well, his horse is running away with him, lass. You think he wants to get there before everyone else? Nay. When they come, you ken the young ones from their wildness and their slashing. But the old ones come all together. For they know they're merely targets that is no use trying to fight a cannonball. The first wounds are broken knees from running the horses together in the mad rush to stay alive.
But I don't believe the first man is a coward. I know he's a hero.
That's what you'd say if you'd seen the first one today.
Oh, please tell me every detail. Describe him for me.
Oh, he was positively operatic. A regular handsome lad, his eyes flashing and shooting his war cry and charging like Don Quixote at the windmills. We laughed so hard we nearly burst our waistcoats.
Oh, laughed?
Aye. But then the sergeant runs up, white as a sheet. Tells us the cannons will need fire, that the powder's no good. We sobered up quick enough. Of a truth, I've never felt so sick in my entire life. I've no pistol to defend myself with, no bayonet. Not but chocolate! Well, they cut us to bits. And there was Don Quixote flourishing at the front of his company like a drum major, thinking he'd just done the cleverest thing when he ought to be court-martialed for it. Of all the fools let loose on the field of battle, well, it was pure suicide! Only they were lucky. Today the pistol misfired.
Would you know this Don Quixote if you saw him again?
Aye, I'll never forget the lad.
This gentleman, the patriot and hero, is the man whom I'm betrothed.
Aye? Was it fair to lead me on like that?
Lead you? I could not lead you anywhere, sir.
Nay. Aye, that's him all right.
Sir?
I beg your pardon, lass. Could be I'm entirely wrong. Could be your fellow found out about the powder and knew it was a safe job.
And therefore a coward. You did not dare call him that before.
Tis no use. I cannot make you see it from a professional point of view.
I think if I saw things as a professional, sir, you would not be alive to make a complaint.
Aye, that's quite true. You're always right. And to my very last hour, I'll always be remembering the sweetness of that cup of chocolate. It wasn't a soldierly of you, but was angelic.
Well, now I shall do the soldierly thing by commanding you to leave this house for what you have said about my future husband.
What? Out there? Well, I could come in quick enough with death on my heels, but to face it in cold blood. I give up. I'm done. Go on and sound the alarm.
Don't be disheartened, soldier. Oh, you are a poor soldier. A chocolate soldier. I'm sure it takes much less courage to run through the streets than to face capture.
Oh, nay, it didn't. For capture is death, and death is sleep. Oh, sleep, sleep, undisturbed. Running, hiding, climbing to work. Thinking, plotting. Oh, nay, give me death.
Are you as tired as that?
I've not had 2 uninterrupted hours of sleep since I joined up. I'm an officer, you see, on staff. You didn't know what that means, but I've not closed my eyes in 70 hours.
Sir, sir? Sir, what am I to do with you?
Do? Aye, I must do something. Sleep or no sleep, tired or no tired, hunger or no hunger. A man can always do a thing when a thing must be done in the streets, must be passed through. You hear that, you chocolate soldier?
But it's dark, you could fall.
Then I'll sleep as though the cobblestones were feathers. Good night, lass.
Stop, he'll kill you.
All in a day's work. Now, do as I say. Put out the candles. Stay away from the windows. Goodbye, girl.
The moon is so bright, they'll see you. I'll save you.
I dinna wish to be a bother.
You do not yet know whose house you are in. I am a Littlebone.
A little what?
A Littlebone of the American Littlebones, the best and best known family in the county.
Oh, aye. The Littlebones, to be sure.
You're
How
not
stupid of me.
for this minute.
I'm begging your pardon, lass, but it now appears to be that I'm a wee bit more tired than I thought, and well, sudden change of subject was too much for me.
Well, I must also inform you that my father is a major.
A major? Bless me, only think of it.
I tell you this because we are not ignorant country folk who would kill you the second they saw your uniform. We are cultured people. Why, I've been to Philadelphia to see the opera, and I spent a whole month in the city of Williamsburg.
Oh, I knew at once. You were a woman of the world.
And instead of threatening me with a pistol, that throwing yourself on my hospitality as a fugitive, I would care for you as I do now. Which is to say, cared for you in my father's house as you would be cared for in your father's house.
You didn't know father.
I see it is impossible to make a soldier understand simple American hospitality.
Dinna be angry, lass. It's just it'd be right awkward if there was some mistake in your equation. My father's a hospitable man who keeps 6 hotels, but lad, they trust him any further than I could toss a caber.
What?
The caber, it's a tree. It's a healing sport.
Scots toss trees for sport?
I didn't know the reason either, lass, but if you say your father can be trusted.
Well, my father is fighting for his country in New York, so it is I who will answer for your safety. Now you may kiss my hand, in pledge. A kiss of pledge.
Best first to have a wash.
Gentlemen, after all. Americans of excellent standing, people such as myself, are known to wash their hands nearly every day.
There now. Safe at last.
Prithee sit. I'll go fetch my mother and explain the situation. But please don't fall asleep. My reputation...
Oh, lass, that's the kindest thing you've said yet.
What?
Ah, never mind.
Sir? Sir? You're falling asleep.
What? Nay, no, I was nae falling asleep. I was only thinking, it's right, I'm wide awake now.
Prithee stand whilst I'm away.
I'll stand at attention. You may count on me, Sergeant. Oh, sleep. Sleep, 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 sleep. Oh. Where am I? That's what I'd like to know. Where the devil am I? Oh, must keep awake. Must keep awake because of danger. Danger keeps me awake. Where's the danger? Must find it. What was I looking for? Oh. Sleep. Danger. Chocolate. Oh. Now I'm remembered. I'm to go to bed. But they to sleep. They to lie down because of danger, only to sit. Aye, there now. Oh, safe.
I left him right here.
Wait, he must have climbed back out.
Oh.
Where? Fast asleep, the brute. Oh, look how he has destroyed that lovely uniform.
I'm quite surprised at your behavior.
My behavior? What about her behavior? You know, sometimes I have half a mind to tell her just what I think of her.
Mend your manners, Betty. I know the mistress. If she even once suspects you of defying her, out you go.
But I do defy her. I will defy her. What does it matter? This is the new America. I am anyone's equal, and I'll do exactly as I please.
If you take quarrel with this family, I never can marry you.
You would take her part.
I shall always be dependent upon the goodwill of this family. Later on, when I leave their service and begin a shop, their trade will provide half my capital. One bad word from them would ruin me.
Oh, I should like very well to see them dare say a word against me.
I expected more sense from you, Betty. In this new country you speak of, reputations will still be made and broken.
Indeed. And I know some family secrets they wouldn't care to have me tell. Let them quarrel with me if they dare.
Child, you still don't know the power such high people have over the likes of you and me. Why, look at me, 10 years in their service. You think I don't know secrets? You think I don't know things about the mistress she wouldn't have the master know for £1,000?
Dollars. Americans use dollars now, Frederick.
Nor things about the master would give the mistress ammunition for life. Nor things about Miss Elizabeth that would break off her match with Henry Clodfelter.
How? I never told you.
So, that's your little secret. I thought as much.
Jealous?
Don't flatter yourself. Oh, Henry Clodfelter, for that matter, my thorny little rose bush. My point is this. No matter what I know, the family can depend upon me to hold my tongue. That's what they like, and that's what they'll reward. And if there's a capable mind in that pretty little head of yours, that's how you'll play the game.
Oh, you have a capable mind, Frederick. The mind of a servant. You and John and the others, silent as the grave. Well, I won't marry a corpse.
Oh, Frederick, my horse!
Ah, now there's your master back from the war, gentlemen. Better go lick his boots.
Tastier than yours, my sweet. A fresh pot of chocolate for the major.
Well, you'll never put the soul of a servant in me. It's a new world, and I will make my mark upon it.
Breakfast out here, eh?
Yes, sir. Mistress Catherine knows how much you appreciate the open air, sir.
Indeed. Well, tell my good wife and daughter I've come and fetch me some fresh chocolate.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Oh, and might I say, sir, how very, very good it is to have you here with us again.
Yes, quite right, yes.
Have you told the mistress?
She's coming.
Betty! Oh, I see the redcoats haven't run off with you, eh?
Oh, God forbid, sir.
You brought me some rum?
Of course, sir.
Yes.
Here, sir.
My dear Paul!
My dear, Cornwallis has given up, and we've signed the peace.
In which you forced the British to make reparations?
Yes, my dear, yes. Did you not hear? The war is over.
Oh, yes, Paul, and now they will pay for what we've lost to looting these last 5 years. Did you put that in your piece?
Well, they didn't consult me on the text, dearest.
Much to their discredit.
Oh, but if we'd made such demands, the meetings would have gone on much longer. And that would keep me too long away from you.
Oh, Paul.
How are you, my dear?
Oh, my usual sore throat.
Well, that comes from washing your neck every day. I've often told you that.
Oh, nonsense,
Oh,
Paul.
I don't believe in those modern customs. All this washing can't be good for the health. It isn't natural. There was this English prisoner of war who used to wet himself all over every morning when he got up. Disgusting. And all this business comes from the English. Their climate is so dirty, they're perpetually washing themselves. Look at my father. Never had a bath in his life, and he lived to be 98. The healthiest man in the county. Now, I don't mind a bath once a week to keep up my position, but once a day?
You are a barbarian at heart. I do hope you behaved yourself before all those English officers.
I did my best, dearest.
Speaking of behaving well, when shall we see the man of the hour?
Oh,
Henry James Hamilton Clodfelter.
At an hour deemed most inconvenient, I suppose, as is the boy's habit.
But Paul, he's to be your son-in-law.
The fellow was boring us to death about not promoting him.
Well, he certainly ought to be promoted when he marries our Elizabeth.
Oh, so he can kill a whole regiment rather than a mere copy of them? Oh, no. Clodfelter hasn't the slightest chance of promotion until we Americans are quite sure this peace is a lasting one.
Hey, Captain Clodfelter.
Oh, our dear Henry.
My dear mother, if I may call you so.
Mother-in-law, Henry, mother-in-law. Now, come sit and have some biscuits and chocolate.
None for me, I thank you.
Oh, you look absolutely superb. Splendid. Why, the campaign has improved you. We're all mad about you here, Henry. Wild with enthusiasm over that magnificent cavalry charge.
Madam, it was the cradle and the grave of my military reputation.
Oh, how so?
I won the battle the wrong way, and that upset the generals and wounded their self-esteem. Look, you, in that same battle, 2 major generals got themselves killed while following strict military etiquette, and 2 colonels had their regiments driven off while following the correct principles of scientific warfare. Those 2 colonels, they got promoted to major general, and I remained a mere captain.
Aha, but you shall not so remain, Henry. The women are on your side, and they will see that justice is done you.
Justice. Oh, too late. I have sent in my resignation.
Your resignation?
But it must be withdrawn.
I never withdraw.
Now, who could suppose you would do such a thing?
Anyone that knew me. But enough about me and my affairs. How is Elizabeth, and where is my Elizabeth?
Elizabeth is here.
Oh, pretty as it how our Elizabeth always appears at the right moment.
Well, she listens for it, dear.
My dear father.
Oh, my little child. Oh.
So, Henry, you are no longer to be a soldier.
What's this?
It's true, Elizabeth. I have sent in my resignation. I find that soldiering is nothing more than the coward's art of attacking mercilessly when strong and staying out of harm's way when weak. That's the whole secret to successful fighting. Get your enemy at a disadvantage and never, on any account, engage them on equal footing. Hey, Major?
I suppose soldiering has to be a trade like any other trade.
Just so. And I have no desire to excel as a tradesman. So I decided to take the advice of that Scottish red.
Oh, the one who arranged for the exchange of prisoners. Yes, splendid fellow.
Yes, he advised me to give up the army life, and so I have.
I've been wondering about that exchange. He actually took us on those horses.
Well, of course he took us. He said his father was a hotel and livery stableman. But he was a soldier, every inch a soldier.
A Scottish redcoat? What was he doing in the British Army?
Volunteer force, mercenary, and very keen on his profession. There had been no war, there had been more officers like him.
Are there many Scottish officers in the British Army?
Oh, one was enough, my dear. I'll never trust the Scot again. He humbugged us into giving him 50 of his able-bodied men for 200 of his worn-out chargers. And the horses weren't even edible.
They were nothing but 2 children in the hands of a consummate professional. Simply 2 innocent little children.
What was he like, this Scottish redcoat?
Elizabeth, what a silly question.
Charming and disarming. A traveling salesman in uniform.
Yes, traveling. Oh, Clodfelter, tell that odd story his friend told us. The one about how he escaped from the battle. Do you remember? The one about how those 2 women hid him in her house.
Quite the romance affair.
Yes.
He was serving at the very outpost that I so unprofessionally charged. And, being a thorough soldier, he ran away like the rest of them, with our infantry close at his heels. But to escape our dogged attentions, he had the good sense to take refuge in the bedchamber of a very patriotic young lady, who, no doubt enchanted by his rustic Highland manners, she entertained him for an hour or so. Then she called in her mother, lest her conduct appear unmaidenly, and the old hag was equally fascinated. Then, after spending the night in the comfort of the young lady's bedchamber, he made his escape, disguised in an old robe that belonged to the poor sot who was master of the house, and was, at that very moment, serving in the Continental Army. Isn't it rare?
I did not think you would repeat such a story in my hearing.
Nonsense, child. What does it matter?
Nay, Littlebone, she is right. Elizabeth, I beg your pardon. The glimpses I have had of the seamy side of life these last few years has made me cynical. But I should not have brought my cynicism here, least of all in your presence.
No stuff and nonsense, Henry. That's a lot of foolishness over nothing. Oh, a soldier's daughter ought to stand up without flinching to a little strong conversation. But Henry, we got to get down to business. We've got to make up our minds how we're going to get those 3 regiments back to Philadelphia. There's no forage along the Delaware River. Come on.
But Paul, can't you spare Henry for a few moments? I mean, Elizabeth has hardly seen him, and I have hardly seen you.
My dear, we have plenty of work.
But Paul, I have hardly seen you.
Am I forgiven, my queen?
Yes, Henry.
After all, my dearest, all my thoughts have been of you these last few years. You have been ever my inspiration. I have gone through the war like a knight in a tournament, knowing that when I fight, my lady looks down upon me.
Oh, Henry, how could you have base deed or think an ignoble thought, knowing how much you expect of me?
It is I who am called to worship, Elizabeth.
But Henry...
You could never disappoint me, Elizabeth. But I believe we have truly found the higher love.
But Henry, I'm not so... We cannot speak comfortably here. I shall go fetch my hat and go for a stroll in the park.
If you are away 5 minutes, it will seem 5 hours. Betty, do you know what the higher love is?
I do not, sir.
Well, it's absolutely exhausting.
Chocolate, sir.
With pleasure. What's this? Have you grown cold to me?
No, sir, but this is a public place. You took me by surprise.
Sometimes I surprise even myself, Betty. Sometimes I wonder, what would Henry, the hero of the hour, say if he saw me here? What would Henry, the apostle of higher love, say if he caught me here with you? What would the half-dozen other mannerly Henrys that keep popping out of this handsome figure of mine say if they caught us here? Still think me handsome, Betty?
Let me go or I shall be dismissed. Oh, will you let me go?
I will not.
Then have you no common sense? Stand where we can't be spied upon.
It's reasonable enough. You are an enticing little witch, Betty. If you loved me, would you still spy upon me?
Half a dozen Henrys would take a good deal of looking after.
Witty as well as pretty.
Oh, fie upon you! I do not want those sorts of kisses. The supposed upper class. You're all alike. Making love to me behind Miss Elizabeth's back while she does the same behind yours.
What? Who is my rival?
I thought by trying to kiss me just now you'd given up being so particular.
Devil. Devil.
I suppose at least one of the 6 of you is very like unto me, sir.
But which of the 6 is the real man? That's the question that torments. One of them is a hero. Another a fool. One, perhaps, a bit of a blackguard. and one, at least, is a coward. Jealous, like all cowards. So I'll ask you again, Betty, who is my rival?
I would lose my place.
I swear upon the honor of a gentleman, nay, upon the honor of, well, on the honor of a man who has behaved as I have for the last 5 minutes. Now, who is the man?
I don't know. I never saw his face. I only heard his voice through the door of Elizabeth's bedchamber.
Hell and damnation!
And I'll tell you another thing. If that man ever comes back here, she will marry him, whether he likes it or not. I may know nothing of your higher love, but I know the manners that real men use to make love to a woman.
You have stained my honor by making me a party to your petty
Let
eavesdropping.
go!
Clearly you are a horrible clod of common clay, unworthy to be called a servant.
Well, whatever clay I'm made of, you're made of the same. But in truth, I'm not a good servant, and I never wish to be. I will be more. As for her, your grand Miss Elizabeth, she is a liar, and her fine airs are a cheat, and if you had eyes to see, you would know that I have worth 6 of her.
Betty, I beg your pardon. The gentleman should never harm a lady, no matter the circumstances.
That sort of apology may satisfy a servant. What use is it to me?
What do you want then, money?
Fine! I want my hurt made well.
How?
I want the sort of apology received by a lady. From her equal.
You ask too much.
What's the matter, Henry? You've been flirting with Betty?
How could you think such a thing?
It's only a jest, Henry.
I'm sorry to disturb you children, but Paul is distracted over those 3 regiments and can focus on nothing else. Can get them through the mountains, but they keep starving to death in the next state, and he objects to every suggestion of mine. Would you please help him, Henry? He's in the library.
Mother, we were going for a walk.
5 minutes.
Fine. But if you're away a moment longer, I shall fetch you. Regiments or no regiments.
See how she dotes upon my return. Very well.
And Henry, do not mention Valley Forge. Imagine them meeting at Highlander and hearing the whole story from his friend. And of course, the very first thing your father has just requested is his old robe.
That beast! To go and tell! If you were here right now, I'd pour chocolate down him till he choked!
Now tell me the truth, Elizabeth. How long was he in your room before you came to fetch me?
I do not know.
Well, you don't know? Well, was he there when the officer searched the room?
Nay. Yes. Perhaps. I feel he might have been there.
You feel? Elizabeth, if Henry finds out, he will break it off with you.
Well, you'd like that, wouldn't you? I hardly wish you could marry him. You would baby him, spoil him, and mother him to perfection. Oh, he wears me out.
Well, upon my word.
You know, I had the most amazing urge when I was speaking to him just now. I wanted to say something so horribly awful it would shock the 5 senses right out of his perfect being. So in all honesty, I do not care if he finds out about my chocolate soldier. In fact, I hope he may.
Well,
There's a British officer at the door, madam.
Purcellville! Oh, quite, yes. I suppose we shall have redcoats calling on Major Littlebone every day now to pay their compliments. What has the fellow to do with me? Call your master.
He asks for you, madam. I do not believe he knows your name. He simply said the lady of the house and gave me his card.
Captain Heavy. Is he a Frenchman of some sort?
A Scot, madam.
How do you know this?
He wears a plaid petticoat. I believe that is the
Oh, wait, no, that will never do. Bring the gentleman hither, and be very polite to him. Go on, make haste. Leave that here, and go straight back to him.
Yes, ma'am.
And Betty,
Yes, madam.
round the side, and have Frederick bring Captain Hayes' bag around here after him.
His bag, my lady.
Yes, his bag, or whatever kit he carries with him. Well, go to it.
Captain Hay, madam.
No need to shout, Betty. Well, go on. My dear Captain Hay, I'm so very pleased to see you. You must leave this house at once. My husband has just returned and he knows nothing, and if he did, it would be a terrible sin. Why, he would never forgive me, and I need hardly explain how my daughter's reputation would suffer. Will you, like the chivalrous gentleman and soldier? Oh, will you leave at once before he finds you here?
I won't, gracious lady. I'll only come to give my thanks and to return the robe. I'll go and fetch it from above.
Oh, think not of going through the house. This is the quickest way to the stable. So glad you've been of so... Oh, wait! Oh, no, I've already sent for your bag.
All right, well then I'll just...
Betty!
Well, this is a pleasant surprise. My dear Captain Hay.
Oh, heavens.
Oh, those stupid people of mine sent you out here to look for me. Saw you through the window. Wondered why you didn't come in. Oh, you do remember Clodfelter?
Hard to forget.
Well, our friend the editor.
No longer, I trust. This isn't about the prisoners or the horses.
Oh, my dear, I asked Captain Hay to stay to lunch with us, but he declares he must go at once.
Impossible, Hay. We need you badly. We have 3 cavalry regiments to send to Philadelphia and haven't the foggiest idea how.
Trouble with the forage, I suppose.
Exactly. Oh, he's our man. He comprehends the trouble right at once.
Well, I think I can show you how to manage it.
Well, then come along.
Yes.
My chocolate soldier!
Elizabeth, we have a guest, Captain Hay, one of our new British friends.
Pardon me. I'm distracted. I carved a chocolate soldier for father this morning, and Frederick neglected to put it in the spring house, and it is ruined. Pardon me, Captain Hay. I wouldn't want you to think you were my chocolate soldier.
Well, I assure you I did, but the explanation was a relief.
And since when has our Elizabeth stepped foot into the kitchen?
Oh, it is the girl's latest fancy.
And has Frederick taken to drinking? First he shows Captain Hale here when he knew quite well I was in the library, and then he ruins Elizabeth's chocolate soldier. He must be out of his... What's this?
My lady's orders, Major. I was told to bring Captain Hay.
My orders? Oh, Frederick, why should I order you to bring Captain Hay's bag out here? Oh, should we have him as a guest? Ridiculous.
I beg your pardon, sir. My fault, madam. I hope it will be overlooked.
Well, whilst you're about it, why don't you pack Miss Elizabeth's chocolate soldier in there?
Yes, sir, I will, sir.
Scoundrel! Completely out of it. It's a good thing I'm home, Catherine. This place has gone to seed without me. Oh. Now, hey, no more nonsense about leaving. You know perfectly well you're not going back to Scotland yet, and until you do, you'll stay with us.
Oh, you will stay, won't you? For a cup of chocolate. You do like chocolate, don't you, Captain Hay?
Come, Catherine. It is of you he's afraid. Press him, he'll stay.
Well, I should be only too delighted if Captain Hay truly wishes to stay. He certainly knows my wishes.
Well, that settles it then. Come along.
Come along, you will stay.
Well, I must.
can't help you in some way, hey?
Quite certain, thank you. Clodfelter and I are managing.
Yes, we're managing. Captain Hay finds out the trouble, draws up the orders, and I sign it. Division of labor. Although, I find my hand is more accustomed to the sword than the pen.
Well, it's very good of you to be put upon in this way, hey? Are you certain I can do nothing? Oh,
Well, you could cease interrupting him, Paul.
yes, quite right, beloved. Quite right. How pleasant it is to sit out here and do nothing, enjoy good company and read the newspaper. John?
Yes, sir.
I say, John, you're the most quiet member of the household. I wonder at times what you're thinking. What amuses you, John?
What a silly question, love.
No. What occupies your time, John?
Numbers, sir.
Numbers?
If it please you, sir, I like to devise little problems. I thought of a merry one just the other day.
By all means.
A game, indeed. I do like this.
So, Major,
Yes.
think of a number, any number, but keep it to yourself.
Ooh, a secret. I like keeping secrets, little Catherine. Got it.
Now, double that number, but keep it to yourself.
Yes.
Mr. Littlebone, if you would please, provide the Major any even number at all.
44. No, 70. 32. 44.
So to your son, add the 44.
Yes.
Now, divide by 2.
Yes.
Finally, from your son, subtract the number with which you started the journey.
Done.
Your answer is 22.
Was it?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, how merry, how truly merry.
Yes, Mary. John, if you're so clever, perhaps you can explain the disappearance of my old robe.
What's that, love?
My old robe.
Oh, my dear Paul, the temperature hardly warrants that old rag.
Oh, but it comforts an old soldier at any hour. But it doesn't matter. It isn't in the trunk.
Oh, absurd. It is most certainly in the trunk.
I tell you, I look. Don't I believe my own eyes? My dear, if you think the obstinacy of your sex can make an old cloak out of 2 dressing gowns, 3 quilts, and an Indian mat of rubber, you're quite mistaken.
Well, perhaps I will prove the magician then.
Catherine,
Oh, yes, dear?
any piece of jewelry from the silversmith against a week's housekeeping money, my robe is not there.
The smith at Williamsburg? My choice?
Your choice.
Done, Paul.
Gentlemen, an opportunity for sport. Who bet, hey? I'll lay you 6 to 1.
To be wrong, you Major. Madam is certain to be proven correct. All the women in this house have a knack for correctness.
Well said, Scott. Major, I'll take that bet. I'll wager you my best charger versus your Arab mare that she finds the road.
Your best charge.
Don't be foolish.
But my dear, Clodfelter's best charge.
Your robe.
Well, I'll be. Oh, I could have sworn.
Oh, yes, dear, but you won't.
Now remember, Clodfelter, I didn't take that bet.
That's the last of it.
Really? Anything for me to sign?
His signature will do.
Well, I'll say we've done a thundering good day's work, eh?
What remains is to find some able-bodied soldiers to go and deliver these to your general.
I've already sent for him. Private Norton's been waiting in the Major's study for the last hour.
No, along with my liquor.
And my best silver.
What a country! Cannons turn out to be cherry trees, and the most trusted soldiers are thieves.
You look ever so much cleaner than when we last met.
I thank you for the kind compliment. And might I say, you look lovely fully dressed.
I pray you made it home safely that morning.
Aye.
Were the other soldiers mad at you for running from Henry's charge?
Nay, lass. You see, they just ran away themselves.
And I'm sure you had a wonderful story to tell.
Aye, capital story. But I told to only one, a particular friend.
On whose confidence you could fully rely, no doubt.
Aye.
Well, he happened to tell my father and Henry at the exchange of prisoners. What my father and Henry don't know is that it is this house. Henry knew he would challenge you and kill you in a duel.
Oh, then dinna tell him, lass. I beg you.
Of course you cannot understand the importance of a duel. Just as you cannot understand the import of what I have just done. My very first lie into Henry of all souls, who expects nothing but the best from me. No meanness, no smallness, no deceit.
That was the first deception. After the told tale about Carver and the chocolate soldier.
That was to save your life. But yes, a second. Nay, a third. You were present at my very first.
I was.
When I told the soldiers you were not in my room that night.
I should have remembered.
Yes, indeed. Why should you remember? It cost you nothing while it cost me my self-respect.
Dear lass, dinna fash yourself. I'm a soldier, we're used to lies. In fact, it happens so often a man comes to think nothing of them.
Then I see it is impossible for you to understand the noble sentiments. So this is what you think of me. What men think of women? You care not if I tell a base lie or two or even three.
3 lies in your entire life? Shaving the wool a bit too close there, don't you think? I consider myself a sensible and honest sort of man, but flourishing of 3 lies a day when they last me till noon.
Do you know how you insult me, Captain Hay, do you?
You strike that noble attitude and speak in that high tone. I cannot help it. Mark, lass, I'm full of admiration for you, but I still find it impossible to believe a single word you say.
Captain Hay!
Aye?
Do you know what you said just now? Did you mean what you said just now?
I do.
You're just... How'd you find me out?
Instinct.
You are the first man I ever met who does not take me seriously.
You mean to say I'm the first man who's ever taken you quite seriously?
Yes. Yes, I suppose you're right. It's so odd to speak of things in such a...
A natural manner?
Yes. I've always gone on like that, with my high attitude and noble tone. I first discovered its power upon my nanny in the nursery. She believed in it. I used it on my parents. They believe in it. I use it on Henry James Hamilton Clodfelter. He believes in it.
Aye, well, he's a wee bit in that line himself now, isn't he?
Oh, you think? Why? What does it matter? I suppose you're despised of me anyhow.
Quite the contrary, lass. It's part of your youth, part of your charm. As for me, well, I'm like all the rest, an infatuated admirer.
Surely.
Aye.
But what did you think of the miniature?
Miniature what?
The miniature portrait?
When did you send it to me?
I didn't send it to you, I sent it with you. In the pocket of my father's old robe.
Oh. Oh, must be their steel.
Yes. Yes, for my father to find the first time he puts his hands in his pockets. Oh, how could you be so stupid?
How could I?
To wear a robe and never use the pockets!
Oh, it was unreasonable of me, I see it now. But surely your father will think you put it in there for him. After all, there's no reason for him to suspect anything, is there?
No.
So that's the way of it. You wrote something on it, didn't you, lass? That was rash.
Oh, to have done such a thing for a man. I wish the heavens had conquered someone else's window.
For the captain, there's a messenger waiting.
A messenger? For me?
Did the cannons disable your hearing?
My father's dead.
Oh, how doleful. I'm so sorry.
I shall have to make for home within the hour. He's left some hotels to be looked after. 70, 200, 4,000, 9,600. What on earth am I to do with it all?
9,000 hotels?
Hotels, nay, last one. Oh, it's all too ridiculous. I shall have to give my goodbyes to the Major and your mother.
And not a word of grief for his poor father.
Yes, indeed. Why should he feel anything? He's a soldier. Soldiers don't have any heart left.
Henry Clodfelter has plenty of heart left.
I have some good news for you, Betty. Here, the gold piece. Henry gave me that. A fool and his money is soon parted. And here is another one from old Catherine for letting her make a fool and liar of me before everyone. That's one to go to savings and one for you to spend. If you'll quit looking down your nose at me.
Keep your gold. You were born to be a servant, Frederick. I was not. And when you set up shop, you'll be everyone's servant instead of only someone's servant.
Yes, but we shall have our evenings to ourselves, and I shall be master in my own house.
You shall never be master in mine.
You have a great deal of ambition, Betty. And let me just say that if any luck should come to you in this life, I trust you will recall it was I made a woman of you.
You?
Yes, me, of course, me. Who is it that taught you manners? How to keep your fingers clean, trim your nails, and be dainty about yourself like a lady? Me, I tell you, me. I have often thought, if Miss Elizabeth were out of the way, and you were a little bit less of a fool, and Henry a little bit more of one, you might come to be one of my greatest customers instead of merely a wife who will cost me money.
I believe you would rather be my servant than my husband.
Oh, why not? But the way to get on as a lady is the same as the way to get on as a servant. Know your place. And you may depend upon me to know my place if you are promoted. Think of it, girl. I'll stand by you. One servant should always stand by another.
I'm not in the way of your work, I hope.
No, sir. Not at all, sir. Make that table tidy ready for the Major.
Is there a mark? Let me see. Does it hurt?
Yes?
Shall I cure it?
You cannot cure it now.
Quite sure?
It is a base man who would trifle with his servant.
That was no trifle, then.
Oh, are you sorry then?
Well, I am never sorry.
Is a man so unlike a woman as that? And are you really a brave man?
Yes, I am a brave man. My heart jumped at the first shot, but in the charge I found that I was brave. That, at least, is real about it.
And did you find in the charge that the men whose fathers were poor like mine were any less brave than the men who are rich like you?
They all slashed and yelled and cursed like heroes. The courage to rage and kill is cheap. I have a bull terrier who has much of that form of courage, and yet he lets my groomsmen thrash him all the same. Now, that's a true soldier all over. No, Betty, poor men can cut throats, but still they are afraid of their officers. They put up with insults and blows and stand by and watch one another be punished like children and help to do it when they are able. As for the officers themselves, well, you know what I am. Show me the man who would face death rather than compromise his own will and conscience, and I will show you a truly brave man. Now, I'm brave, but not that brave.
If I were master of my own will, you would see bravery. I would be as brave as the bravest man. I would act as a new American should act.
And how, pray tell, is that?
a new American, will practice equality in all things. As this declaration states, we're all born equal, with an equal right to pursue life and liberty and profit. And, daring to see ourselves as true equals, I would free myself to marry the man that I loved. Indeed, if I were queen and you followed my horses with a shovel, I would still dare to see us as equals. And if I loved you, I should marry you then too. Would you dare as much for true love? Nay, if you felt the beginnings of love for me, you would not let it grow, you would not dare. You would marry a rich man's daughter because you would be so afraid of what other people would say of you. And so, you're not brave at all.
Now that's a lie. If I were General Washington himself, and I loved you, I would dare make you my wife. But you know I love another woman, a woman as high above you as heaven is above earth, and your fine philosophy is nothing more than jealousy.
Oh, but I have no reason to be jealous. Elizabeth will never marry you now. The man I told you of has returned. Elizabeth will marry the Scot.
Captain Hay?
Yes, she will marry him, and then you will come to me, and I will refuse you.
Listen to me. I will kill Captain Hay, and afterwards I will do with you as I please.
Captain Hay has beaten you in love. He may beat you in war.
Mockery everywhere. Everything I think is mocked by everything I do. Shall I kill myself like a man or live and pretend to laugh at myself? And Betty, you belong to me.
Is that an insult?
That's a fact. You love me. I've had you here in my arms, and I'll have you here again, and I will not be found a coward and a trifler. I know what this new country stands for. I've been willing to fight for it. In truth, this new government inspires me. I have gone through the war like a knight in a tournament, knowing that when I fight for the rights of all. And another thing, Betty, if I dare loved you, I would make you my wife. And if these hands ever touch you again, then they touch my future bride.
We shall see.
Yes, we shall see, and you shall weigh my pleasure.
Now that's a remarkable philosophy.
Captain Hay,
Aye?
you have deceived me. You are my rival, and I brook no rivals. I shall be found tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. on the drilling ground, alone, on horseback, and with my saber at the ready. And I expect to find you there as well.
Now that's a cavalryman's proposal, son. And I'm in the artillery. If I go, I shall bring a cannon with me. There'll be no mistake about the
Take care, Captain Hay. We Americans do not take duels lightly.
Have it your way. Bring your saber along, and I'll meet you with the same.
Well said, Scott. Shall I lend you my best horse?
Nay, I'll fight you on foot as God intended. Horseback's too dangerous, and I dinna wish to kill you if I can help it. I cannot wait until morning. I'll have to meet you at the hour.
Henry, you'll not fight each other. Captain Hay, what is this about?
I didn't know, lass. He's not told me. I have no fear. I've been instructing soldiers at swords for 10 years. He'll not be able to touch me. I run my saber through nothing more substantial than his puffed up pride, I promise you. When I'll be gone, you'll ne'er see me again, and you and General Clodfelter can live happily ever after.
I never said I did want to see you again.
Ha! That's a confession.
What?
You love this man.
What?
Henry!
You have allowed him to make love to you behind my back while treating me as your fiancé behind his. Captain Hay, you knew of Elizabeth's and my arrangement, and yet you have deceived me. It is for that I throw down the gauntlet, not for receiving favors from her that I never enjoyed.
Why, you little... I've never received any favors from the lady. She doesn't even know if I'm married.
Are you?
Do you see, Captain Hay? Denial is useless, for I know you've had the pleasure of being received in her bedchamber late at night.
I ain't any hammer. She received me with a pistol to her head, and I'd have knocked her senseless if she uttered a cry.
Would you?
Is this true, Elizabeth? But why should I ask you for the truth?
How dare you? How dare you?
Quick, man, apologize.
I never apologize.
This is the doing of that friend of yours, Captain Hay, who bandied my name across the countryside. If you had any amount of respect for me, you would toss a tree at him, or
kenna, lass, for my friend is dead. Burnt alive, in fact.
Bert?
Aye. He was shot in the hip in a wood yard and couldn't drag himself out. Some soldiers set the timbers on fire and burnt him and half a dozen other poor devils in the same predicament.
How horrible.
War. War. A dream of patriots and heroes, hey? A fraud. A hollow sham like love.
Like love? Who is this god that I once worshipped?
A fraud, I say. And Captain Hay. Another thing. Elizabeth is mistaken. Your friend was not my informant.
Then who? Betty. You know, I looked out a window this morning to get one last glance at my hero, and I saw something I did not understand. You were making love to her.
So all our cards are out on the table, Elizabeth. The romance is shattered. Life is a farce.
Well, lass, leastways he's found himself out at last.
Captain Hay, I've allowed you to call me a ninny hammer, and you may now call me a coward as well, for I refuse to fight you. And would you like to know why?
It is all in all. I didn't ask the reason when you cried on, and I didn't ask the reason why you cry off now. I'm a professional. I fight when I have to, and I'm right glad to get out of it whenever I can. You're an amateur lad who still thinks fighting's an amusement.
Well, you'll hear my reason just the same. It takes two men, real men, of blood, honor, and courage to do genuine combat. And you are not a man. You are a mechanical. I could no more fight you than make love to an ugly woman.
Well then, take a look around. Now that the two of you have discovered your true selves, what further obstacle is there to your happiness?
Oh, but you forget, Captain Hay. Now that he's chosen Betty, he must fight his true rival, Frederick.
Rival?
Oh, hi. Do you not know that they were engaged?
Fresh hell is this? Frederick!
A shocking sacrifice. A young, virtuous maid engaged to a man old enough to be her father.
Fight. Fight.
Look here, Clodfelter. 'Tis you getting the worst of this.
Did Betty tell you that Captain Hay was in my bedchamber that night?
Yes.
Do you deny that you were making bold-faced love to her at the time?
No, but...
Say no more. 'Tis enough.
Told you were getting the worst of it.
Fight.
Do you hear how he calls me names, Captain Hay?
What else can he do, lass? He's the right to defend himself somehow. Hey, calm, dinna quarrel. What good does it do you?
You think us a couple of grown-up babies, don't you?
Not at all, I assure you, but well, where's the other young lady in question?
Ow!
Insufferable.
I didn't wish to back lass. I once listened outside a tent when there was a mutiny a brewing, and right glad I'm not I did, for my life was at stake.
My love is at stake, sir. I'm not ashamed to say so.
Your love? Curiosity, perhaps.
My love, stronger than anything you could feel even for your chocolate soldier.
What does that mean?
It means, Henry, that...
Pardon my shirt sleeve, but someone has been wearing my robe. I swear to it. Oh, someone with larger shoulders is burst all along the back, and Catherine has taken to mending it. I wish she'd make haste. She'll catch a death. Something the matter?
Why no, Father?
No, Midge.
Nay.
Quite right then. Something the matter, Betty?
No, Master Littlebone.
Quite right. Oh, Betty, go test your mistress for my robe, will you, like a good girl?
Frederick! Thank you.
Ah,
Comfortable?
yes, yes, yes. Oh, by the by, there's something funny here. What? No, I could have sworn. Oh, someone's taken it.
Taking what, Father?
Your miniature, Elizabeth. Etched upon the back was this most curious inscription. From Elizabeth to her chocolate soldier. A souvenir. What's going on here? I'm going to find it out. Frederick! John!
Yes, sir.
Did either one of you ruin a chocolate soldier created by Miss Elizabeth this morning?
If Miss Elizabeth says that I did, sir.
I know that, you idiots, but was it true?
I'm quite certain that Miss Elizabeth is incapable of saying anything that is not true. Indeed, sir.
Are you? I'm not. Come, do you not see what's going on here? Clodfelter, you are the chocolate soldier, aren't you?
I, the chocolate soldier? Certainly not.
No. Do you mean to tell me that Elizabeth would give her portrait, a valuable miniature that cost me no miniature sum, to another man?
The world is not as innocent as we once thought, Littlebone.
I'm the chocolate soldier, Major. Your daughter saved my life with a cup of chocolate once. Shall I e'er forget its flavor? The late friend Blair told me the story. I was a fugitive.
Blair! Yet, you! And you! Do you remember when the women mentioned it this morning, how they went on? Well, you're a nice little daughter, aren't you?
When I wrote the note, I did not know that Captain Hay was married.
Married? I'm named Mary.
You said you were.
I didn't. I positively didn't.
Elizabeth, it's not asking too much. Which of these two gentlemen are you currently engaged?
Neither. But I know that that woman possesses whatever kind of love Henry, James, Hamilton, Clodfelter can conjure towards the female sex.
Hey, what? Betty, are you mad, Henry? Why, this girl, you know. This girl's engaged to Frederick.
Begging your pardon, sir. There is some mistake. Miss Betty has no engagement to me.
Not engaged? Why, you scoundrel! I gave you $5 on the day of your betrothal.
The engagement was merely for Betty's protection, sir. I have been no more to her than her confidential servant. I intend, as you know, sir, to open up a shop in Williamsburg when I leave your service, and I look forward to her custom and recommendation should she marry above her present station.
That was either the most stunning heroism or crawling baseness I've ever witnessed.
Captain Clodfelter, I believe you owe me an apology.
That's no useless. He ne'er apologizes.
He will not refuse an apology to me. His equal in every particular.
Forgive me.
I do. And that touch makes me your future bride.
Well, I forgot about that part.
You may withdraw if you like.
Withdraw? I never withdraw.
What's this?
Oh, my dear. It appears Henry is going to marry Betty instead of Elizabeth. What? Oh, don't blame me. I've nothing to do with it.
Marry Betty?
Yes.
Henry, you are bound by your word to us.
The only thing binding me is this woman's love.
My congratulations, Clodfelter. It seems these heroics of yours have their practical side after all. Gracious lady, the best wishes to you from a true Republican in your new America.
Betty, you have been telling lies about Elizabeth to impugn her character and cause Henry to turn from her.
I have done no harm, madam, least of all to Elizabeth.
You dare call her by her Christian name.
Yes, and she may call me Elizabeth from now on if she likes. With this war over, a new fight begins. Freedom for everyone in society, free of your class distinctions.
And liars? Will it also be free of lying little liars?
I've never lied. I've told Henry Clodfelter the truth. Elizabeth would never marry him if her Scot returned.
Hello?
You know best whether I'm right.
My dear Major and my dear Madam, the young lass merely saved my life, not else. She's never cared two straws for me. I'm a soldier who hardly knows what a decent life is after 15 years of barracks and battle. A vagabond who spoiled all his chances by dint of an incurably romantic disposition.
What, did you say spoiled your chances?
an incurably romantic disposition. I climbed in the young lady's window and a man of sense would have dove into the nearest cellar. And I come back for another look at the young lass when any other man my age would have sent the Major's robe back by post.
My robe?
Do you think I'm the sort of man a young lady falls in love with? I'm 34, and I didn't imagine the young lass would be any older than 17. All the adventure which meant life or death to me was not but a parlour game to her, a game of hide and seek and a cup of hot chocolate, not else. I've put all to rights, I hope.
Yes. But the next time you crawl through some girl's window, I hope you can recognize a girl of 17 and a woman of 23, you romantic idiot!
23?
Captain A, my one last belief is gone. You have less sense than I.
23? 23? Well, in that case, Major, I must beg to formally become a suitor to your daughter's hand. Clodfelter lately retired from the field.
You dare?
If you are 23 when you said those things to me this afternoon, I shall have to take you quite seriously.
Well, how do I know I can take you seriously? A mercenary, capable of love.
Aye, it's true. I've lived without hope for a long while. For a soldier, hope's a terrible thing. You know you're alive, but you're afraid someone will notice. You learn ne'er to dream, nor to ask naught of any man, yet, as I've said, I've been unable to completely cure my own romanticism. There was always a spark in me, so I hated to wait. But in the end, I found out that a man who can still hope fights better than one who cannot. And I found to my own surprise, I'm still capable of love.
But I doubt, sir, whether you quite realize either my daughter's position or that of Captain Henry James Hamilton Clodfelter, whose place you propose to take. The Littlebones and the Clodfelters are the richest and most important families in the area. Why, our position in this county is positively historical. We go back 20 years.
But never mind that, Catherine. Hey, we would be more happy if it was just a question of position. Oh, hang it all. Clodfelter here keeps 20 horses.
Is he starting a circus?
My daughter, sir, is accustomed to a first-rate stable.
Mother, you're embarrassing me.
Well, if it's a question of establishment, how many horses did you say?
20, Noble Scott.
I've 200. How many carriages?
3.
I've 70. 24 will hold 12 inside, besides two in the box, not counting the driver and conductor. How many tablecloths?
How the deuce should I know?
Have you 4,000? I have. Not to mention 9,600 pairs of sheets and blankets, 2,400 eider-down quilts, 10,000 knives and forks, and a matching quantity of dessert spoons, 300 servants, 6 palatial establishments, 2 livery stables, a tea garden, and a private house.
You liar, you told us your father was a hotel man.
Nay, not exactly. I said my father kept 6 hotels pub, and a man keeps what he owns. Now, to finish up, I've 3 medals for distinguished services, the rank of an officer, and the standing of a gentleman, and 3 native languages. Show me a man in your new America who can offer as much.
Are you Emperor of Scotland?
Nay, Major. My rank is the highest known to any man in Scotland. I'm a citizen. Now, this question of money means naught to me, but if it'll settle the lass.
My dear Captain, as you are my daughter's choice, I shall not stand in the way of her happiness. And Mrs. Major, Littlebone's feeling also.
200 horses.
Well, what says the lady?
The lady says you may keep your dessert spoons. I shall not be auctioned off.
I'll not take that for an answer. You took me in once as a fugitive, a beggar, and a starving man. You gave me protection, sustenance, a roof over my head and a bed to sleep in.
But I did not give these to the Emperor of Scotland.
Aye. Tell us who you gave them to, lass.
My chocolate soldier.
That'll do. Dinna matter anyone else while I'm away, Elizabeth. I shall return promptly on the 5th of September, 3 months' time. and I expect to be in the manning state by the 10th of the same. I've come to like this country, Elizabeth. We'll settle here if you approve.
I do.
Well, in that case, I must bid you all good evening.
So, that's a new American.
Nay, Henry, that is a man.